It's time for GMA3. The new warning about impersonation scams, the stunning new numbers, victims losing nearly $500 million a year. We'll tell you who is hit the hardest and how to prevent being scammed. Interference, the new NFL rule that sent some players into panic mode. This morning, the flag on smelling salts and the concerns about concussions. And our 50 States in 50 Weeks event takes us to beautiful, historic Massachusetts. We'll check out the music. And these movers on the Charles. They're there with Will Reeve in Boston. It's time for GMA3.
From ABC News headquarters in New York City, this is GMA3.
Beautiful shot of New York City there. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Stephanie.
Hey, guys. I'm Rebecca. I'm here with Rhiannon Alley and our guest co-host, Jesse Palmer. It is so great to see you, Jesse.
It's great to be with you all today. It's good to see you as well. I'm really excited, too, because I got a sneak peek of Bachelor in Paradise coming up later in the show that I can't wait to share with you all.
Oh, you going to give us some of the behind-the-scenes dirt?
Oh, you know it.
We love Bachelor in Paradise.
In due time.
We are looking forward to that. Also, Tori Johnson is here. She's got deals and steals that are all about beauty and self-care, and you know we love a good deal. Everything is at least 50% off. But we're going to begin this morning with a new warning about impersonation scams. Stephanie has been following this story for us. What can you tell us this afternoon?
Yes, so the FTC is sharing some eye-opening information about impersonation scams and just how much money Americans are losing. These are the scams where someone pretends to be from your bank or a government agency, warning you about some fake issue with your account, and then tricks you into handing over money or personal information. Last year alone, Americans lost about $445 million. That is a huge jump from 2020 when losses were just about $55 million.
I know, I've almost fallen for these. Those toll ones almost get me every time. Yes. So what can people do to protect themselves?
So the FTC is out with a couple of tricks and tips, and this is because scammers are so convincing these days. So the first tip is don't move money to quote unquote protect it. That's a red flag. No legit agency will ever ask you to do that. Second, hang up and verify. If someone calls claiming to be from your bank or the government, don't trust the call. Go to their official website and call a number that you know is real. And third, block those unknown callers when you can. It's an easy way to stop scammers before they even get through. We all get those scam calls, right? Sometimes your phone can identify that it's a scam call. When you see it, figure out how to block it so they can stop.
Oh, good advice.
Yeah, completely, because it's so persistent these days. I think I get one of these every day. By the way, Steph, I heard a really interesting idea because of AI and artificial intelligence impersonating people. Have a safe word with your family. So if someone's on the other end of the phone saying, I'm this person, well, what's our safe word?
Exactly. Yeah, that is a good tip. Share that word with your entire family so you don't get scammed.
I like blocking the calls, too. It takes only 4 seconds to do. Just take the step. Makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steph. Appreciate it. Okay, we're going to turn now to a wild story. The Florida woman under arrest for allegedly impersonating a nurse and seeing thousands of patients. Our Victor Akendo joins us with more. Victor?
Hey, Rebecca, according to the affidavit, this woman was originally hired by providing a nursing license number that did not belong to her, but a former classmate's with the same first name, and it took the hospital and police months to get to the bottom of it. Let's go to the police body camera video showing the moment 29-year-old Autumn Bardiso was arrested. Authorities claim she treated more than 4,400 patients from June 2024 to January 2025, all while using that nursing license number that belonged to someone else. She worked as an advanced nurse technician at Advent Health, Palm Coast. That position typically involves drawing blood, administering medication, and starting IVs. When the hospital asked about the discrepancy, the affidavit says she claimed she'd recently gotten married and had a new last name. When asked to provide a marriage certificate, Bardisa did not. Months passed, and it wasn't until Bardisa was up for a promotion that triggered a review of her file. She allegedly could not verify her identity. She was fired, and that also prompted a 7-month investigation. After being fired from the hospital, police say that she did get her license. She was arrested while coming home from her new job as a home health nurse. The sheriff telling us that to his knowledge, none of her patients were either injured or died as a result of her being a fake nurse at the time. She now faces multiple charges. Guys?
Well, it really is an unbelievable story.
Unbelievable, and thank goodness no one was ultimately hurt by these actions.
No question, and thank you, Victor, as well. Now to a major change coming to the NFL. Effective at the start of the 2025 seasons, teams can no longer supply players with smelling salts during games. Morgan Norwood is here now with more on this. And Morgan, it's great seeing you. I'm a former NFL player, so I'm dying to know more about this.
Yeah, we were talking about this before the show. I mean, of course, you know how important this is and the outrage behind it all. But let's talk about these smelling salt packets. They've become a sideline staple in pro sports, giving athletes that quick jolt. Well, now the NFL is throwing a flag on them, at least when it comes to the teams providing them. So the league just told teams to stop supplying these smelling salts, saying that they could be potentially dangerous, especially when it comes to trying to detect concussions. Now, many players are outraged about this. 49ers tight end George Kittle says that he uses smelling salts during games before every drive and is pretty distraught about the league's decision here. Bucs quarterback Baker Mayfield says that this would severely impact him as well. But let's talk about the reason why and how all of this confusion started. The Players Union reached out to the league to get more information. The union saying we were not notified of this club policy change before the memo was sent out. So to clarify, the policy does not prohibit player use of the substances, rather just restricts clubs from providing or supplying them in any form. So the NFL, of course, confirming that to the Players Association. So it turns out it's not necessarily a total ban on smelling salts. Players can use them as long as they provide them themselves.
Yeah,
so
really
were they upset when they thought they couldn't use them at all? Is that why they were? Okay.
Yeah, that was the initial confusion there. And of course, they're like, hey, we use these. But of course, I think it comes down to a liability for the league. And
it really is a hot button topic right now amongst players in the league as well. But this really does come down to the NFL and their concern about concussions, right? So what else did the NFL memo say?
Yeah, this is all about safety, Jesse. The NFL says smelling salts, technically called ammonia inhalants, can actually mask the signs of a concussion. You can see their statement there. They pointed to it in the FDA's findings in their most recent statement. That's why their medical committee recommended that the teams stop supplying them altogether. So the big picture here, the league's been under pressure for years to better protect players. And so this is one more move to avoid missing the signs of a serious head injury. I do want to point out that concussions in the NFL are down by 17% from the 2023 season to 2024. So there is some improvement. They just want to make sure that that continues.
Yeah, and that's certainly good news, those numbers. And obviously the NFL is keeping their health in mind. Health in mind. Thank you so much, Morgan, for that. Well, coming up here on GMA3, the new study on kids and screen time and how it can increase their heart disease risk. Dr. Tara Narula is here with that.
We are back now with the American Heart Association's alarming new study about kids' screen time and heart disease. Our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Tara Narula, is here to break it down. It is so nice to see you, Dr. Narula, especially on a story. We're all parents here. Jesse just became a dad.
I'm a newbie.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're a mom and a cardiologist. We're all thinking about this with all the headlines. Break down what we know about this now.
This is so important, and I talk about this with my kids. I talk about this as a cardiologist. And the study authors that we're going to talk about, this study actually wrote in the very first line of their article that cardiovascular disease has its roots in childhood. And that's really true. We have to do a better job at targeting children. And unfortunately, the most latest statistics show that only about 29% of kids really meet those ideal markers for cardiovascular health. And so this study essentially looked at additional risk factors we don't often talk about, screen time. We've talked about its link to mental health, but here we're pointing out a link to cardiovascular health. They took 1,000 kids in Denmark, looked at kids aged 2 to 19 who used all types of screens, televisions, phones, tablets, computers, and looked at the outcomes on their health. They found that the longer they used screens, the more they were at increased risk of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and insulin resistance. Wow. Each additional hour they used to screen meant worse risk factors when it came to their heart health. And then kids, in terms of teens, seem to be affected more than younger children. And one really interesting fact, they used AI to look at markers in the blood, and they found what they called a screen time fingerprint that identified kids and their amount of screen time. And again, really shows this link between screen time and how it's affecting our biology.
Wow. And it can have such long-term effects.
Correct,
and
into adulthood.
Yeah, what about sleep? There's also a link with sleep as well?
That was another interesting finding from this study. You you wonder, how are screen times linked to cardiovascular health? And they really pointed to sleep as really this bridge or pathway. They said there's a 12% association between lack of sleep, so not getting enough or going to sleep later. And you wonder, well, how might that be? Well, so many of our kids have their screens in their bedroom. They're getting texts at all times of the night. They're using social media. They're using televisions, for example, like my kids, unfortunately, right up until the time of bed. They're watching Kids Baking Championship or Shark Tank. Yeah. And so they're
it's really
just
so good.
It's so stimulating, right? So it raises your heart rate, raises your blood pressure. And unfortunately, sleep is a really important time for our metabolism and for our heart rate and all of these things. So you can see how there could be that link there with sleep.
And it could be so challenging in the summertime, too, to restrict the device and screen time. I'm actually going to show my boys this segment. And look up from your devices right now and listen to this. It could be so hard. So parents are also watching this as well.
Yeah.
What would you recommend for them? I'm sure they're concerned.
It's hard, and I fight this battle every single day, every weekend with my kids. So first, you have to model good behavior. So we should all be putting our screens down and having face-to-face conversations. You should have your pediatrician talk to your kids about screen time and sleep. When the kids are home during the day, make sure they're getting outside and doing physical activity. And then at night, make sure they're charging their phone and putting their phone outside their room at bedtime. We do that with my kids. Take that hour before bedtime and don't do any screen work. My daughter and I started doing a little yoga before bedtime to kind of wind down.
Oh, that's nice.
And
That's
really
a great
important to really calm down before.
Oh, I'm so glad my daughter's only 1.5. She's only 1.5. No screens yet.
So
Soon
the
you'll be
baking show
doing
earlier in the day.
That's
Yes.
right.
Good.
Yeah, and soon you'll be doing yoga with her, just like
right,
Dr.
just like me.
Narula.
I was locked in paying attention just like the entire time, everything you were saying. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you.
All right, coming up here in Pop News, we got the man himself. So we get an exclusive first look at the new episode of Bachelor in Paradise with the inside scoop.
Can't wait.
Stay with us.
And back now with Pop News with Will Gantz. Take it away, good sir.
All right, it is time for Pop News in America. I want you to know that I'm here for the right reason.
Yes, you are.
Jesse Palmer's in the house. We've got a love theme today in Pop News, beginning with Bachelor in Paradise, of course, which features fan faves from The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, and for the first time this season, Bachelors and Bachelorettes from Golden Bachelor seasons, all hitting Paradise in Costa Rica, and we've got an exclusive first look from Monday's upcoming episode. Take a look.
Seems like we've got some pretty tight couples, but there could be some change-ups coming.
How do you handle conflict in a relationship? What is the biggest deal breaker? How do you define a successful relationship? All right, everyone. Now that all the questions have been asked, ready to find out who you matched with?
It's like nerve-wracking, obviously, because you will not know if your partner's going to go on a secret rendezvous. That's why it's secret. Maybe it could really change things before the rose ceremony for some people.
Welcome.
Ooh, we are over halfway through the season, and Jesse just raised the stakes on this week's episode, marking a franchise first, a $500,000 prize.
What?
And no new arrivals. Jesse, how much is this going to shake up this season?
Well, here's the thing. It's really going to flip Paradise on its head. The show still is first and foremost about finding love and strengthening those connections with one another, but $500,000 is a life-changing amount of money.
Some people love money.
There's going to be some gamesmanship. There's some strategy now. So I think the money kind of incorporates elements from the Bachelor Pad. I don't know if you remember that show from years ago.
How could we forget it? Please.
It changes it all up, though.
That's really exciting. This season is one for the books. Dale, who we saw in the clip there, I mean, riveting television. I love this show. All right.
He deaded it. He deaded it.
Yeah, he deaded it again and again and again and again. Yes. The next episode of Bachelor in Paradise airs Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on ABC, and we're going to keep the love theme going to the sweetest bridal shower that went viral online. Sheila Williams is a housekeeper on the labor and delivery unit at Advent Health in Winter Park, Florida, and at 62 years young, she's celebrating her first marriage, so her nursing coworkers, including Hannah Heisdorf, who posted this video, decided to throw her a surprise bridal shower. Afterwards, Sheila called it one of the happiest days of her life, short of her wedding day to her partner of 14 years, Terry. Since going viral, y'all, tons of companies have reached out to Sheila offering to support the newlyweds with everything from a honeymoon to home repairs to date nights out. So for the first time ever, Sheila will be visiting New York City for her honeymoon with Terry. Age is just a number when it comes to love. A huge congratulations to those two.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, sometimes TikTok is a lovely place to be, you guys.
I'm glad you find the nice part.
Despite what the segment before this said about screen time, sometimes TikTok is good for you. All right, finally, I just got engaged a few weeks ago, and wedding planning is officially underway. So, Jesse, being that you're here and you've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly of Bachelor Nation, I wanted to get your advice on some romance-related debates when it comes to weddings. So, if you like it, you'll hold up your rose paddle. If you don't like it, thorn paddle. Okay. Jesse will give us the answer, and then you three will weigh in after. So first, single guests getting +1s to the wedding, rose or thorn?
I'm going to go with thorn on this one. I just think you want people at your wedding to know your name.
Yeah, so the +1s, what do you guys think?
I say rose. I want people to have a good time.
Yes, bring your partner, bring somebody happy.
I'm in between. I've heard some great arguments here.
All right, in between. All right, next up, kids getting the invite, rose or thorn?
I'm going to get dinged for this. I'm going to go thorn. Mom and dad shouldn't have to babysit.
Okay, used to be a thorn, now I'm a rose. I'm all for it. 15 years ago, we got married. We should have had a bunch of kids there.
Sorry. We didn't have any kids at our wedding either, and I'm glad we didn't.
All right, last one. Exes making the invite list.
Ooh, you have to pass that by your partner, but I'm going to go rose.
There you go.
Exes of the bride and groom?
Yes.
Ooh. Why?
Thorn.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right.
They don't need to be there.
All right, I voted on that. We're going to be right back, everybody.
Welcome back to GMA3.
We're back here on this Thursday on GMA3, and coming up tomorrow on GMA, Good Charlotte takes over our GMA Summer Concert Series.
Love Good Charlotte. And next week on GMA, A$AP Rocky and Denzel Washington are here. They're telling us about their new Spike Lee movie, Highest to Lowest. It is getting major buzz, especially at the Cannes Film Festival. We are looking forward to talking with them.
It'll be a big week. Also next week, Regina King will be here. She'll tell us all about her new movie, Caught Stealing.
Okay, now we have to get to 50 States in 50 Weeks, one of our favorite series. America's 250th anniversary is coming up, so we are visiting every state in the union to celebrate. We're showing some of the best of every state, including state number 6, Massachusetts. Will Reeve is there with more. Hey, Will.
So you know.
Hey, guys, what's going on? Yeah, we are having a fantastic time here on the banks of the Charles River. Why is there a jazz band from the Berklee College of Music, you ask? Well, there's a connection between the jazz and the rowing here, and it's an amazing connection that we're going to show you in just a second. I'm going to have my friends from the Berklee School play me a little something smooth as I tell you about the owner of one of the most famous and impactful jazz clubs, not only in Boston, not just in Massachusetts, but anywhere in the world. Take a look.
There's a soulful sound spilling out of Boston's South End. Here at Wally's Cafe Jazz Club, smooth melodies fill the space.
You don't get this kind of energy at any other jazz club. It's an engaging audience.
In 1947, the height of segregation, Wally's set the tone as the first black-owned and integrated jazz club in New England. Nearly 80 years later, it cemented itself as a musical haven where jazz is the universal language. It was the vision of an immigrant from Barbados, Joseph L. Walcott.
My father's clientele has been like the United Nations, who always speaks to people from all over the world, all cultures, all ethnicities. They come here.
His daughter, Eleanor Walcott, and her 3 sons now carry on his legacy, one filled with the success stories of jazz greats like Billie Holiday and Dizzy Gillespie, who once touched this intimate stage.
I got the pleasure to be, here when Roy Hargrove, who's a famous trumpeter.
Mark Kelly, the cats, they usually leave out of here and they're going to run shows. They're running the industry.
The Wally's pipeline is fed in part by training musicians at nearby schools.
You got Berklee College of Music, New England Conservatory, Boston Conservatory, Harvard University, BU, all of those schools with their great history and years of, educating. It's a unique ecosystem. The lessons that the musicians get in these institutions, they have to be able to put this in practice.
When I play here, it feels in a good way, like raw and spontaneous.
Wally's offering these students unique opportunities to find their sound and hone their craft.
The legacy of Wally's will really be that it was a place that gave up-and-coming musicians a shot, gave a shot to people that may not have been able to have this kind of experience otherwise.
All right, so I've decided to move from the dock onto the boat here because I am next to the one and only Eleanor Walcott, who owns and operates Wally's Cafe Jazz Club. And today, Boston Mayor Michelle Wu announced that today in Boston is Wally Day. It's Wally's Cafe Jazz Club Day. That was such a nice moment. I was so glad to be able to present you with that. How did that feel to be recognized in that way?
I felt like a blessing that myself and my family are sincerely grateful for.
Well, we're grateful to be with you here, and we're also grateful that you brought us out here on the river. You've taken up rowing and swimming. You're very active in addition to running the Jazz Club. What has rowing with these lovely folks here done for you?
Oh, it's just wonderful. My boyfriend and I found out about this program and we had to jump on it.
All right.
Because we're both very physical and we're athletes.
Yeah, you look like one. You're looking great. You all are. Thank you for being with us today. Hi, everyone back there. Catherine's your coach here. You've been barking out orders in a nice way for most of the day. What does it mean to you to be a part of keeping folks like this here at the Boston Age Strong Community Rowing physically fit and active?
You know, we have a long life to live, so we might as well stay active while we do it. And when you can row and keep the cardio and the physical piece together, you're healthier. But for rowing, it's actually even more about the community. So it's not just about you doing the work, it's about creating the whole boat with everyone working together.
All right, well, I'm glad to be in this boat. I'm glad to have been a part of this wonderful day. Congratulations again, Eleanor. Thank you for what you've done for music, for this community, for everything that you do. We appreciate you, we appreciate all of you, and we appreciate Massachusetts, the sixth state in our union, guys.
Eleanor is so cool.
She said, I'm bringing my boyfriend.
Yes,
I love that. Tell her happy Wally Day. How exciting, Will. I hope you can keep up with them rowing. Good luck.
I got no chance. I'm getting out of this boat as soon as I say goodbye to you.
Thanks, Will. You can tell us all about your great state. There's so many great things out there. Just scan the QR code on the screen. Next week, we will be in Maryland. Jesse.
All right, everyone, I'm so excited. Time now for Deals and Steals. Tori Johnson, of course, is here with all kinds of beauty products from skincare to silk pillowcases for a self-care summer. And Tori, this actually is not our first time doing Deals and Steals.
I had to go into my phone and find these photos 10 years ago.
It's a full circle moment.
Yeah, so 10 years ago you were doing this with us. I'm still doing this. But this is going to be easy for you.
Well,
then,
that's
you know
back in 2015. I look like I've been using your products, filling in all the gray hair and the skin routine. Speaking of skin routine.
Yeah, we're starting with a great one, Nassif MD. We love Dr. Nassif. He brought all of his bestsellers for us. Two, though, that he personally uses and is obsessed with, as am I, these detox pads. So it's just this little pad right here. You can see that it's pre-moistened. It's got all the formula on it. So you would swipe that around your face morning and night. And that's, to him, that's the only thing. He comes here with no makeup. His skin looks fabulous. He credits that. And then the other that I love is this one right here. It's called the Hydro Screen Serum. And it's a serum that has hyaluronic acid, retinol, peptides. It's unbelievably smooth. After you put it on your face, there'll be a little bit left over on your hand, on your fingers. Use it on your hands because that's where it shows the age. Everything 50% off. Plus, he's thrown in free shipping. Can't beat that.
Wow, that's a great deal.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of hyaluronic acid. Okay.
There you go. All right.
Moving it from skincare to hair product.
Yeah. So Color Wow is all about bringing the wow to hair care, hairstyles. We've got a bunch of their bestsellers here. One of them, this one right here, is called Extra Large. This is for serious volume. That's what this delivers. We also have this Dream Coat, and this one is all about anti-frizz, shine, smoothness. I like that it's smooth and shiny, just like this bottle. That's what you're gonna get for your hair. We've got their root powders. You guys know and love this brand. Today's the day, all slashed in half.
Wow, fantastic deal. Okay. I'm a fan of hair care. Okay, pillows too.
So this is Everlasting Comfort. You want to sit down right there in that seat for a second and feel how comfortable that is. So it turns kind of a hard, uncomfortable seat into one that's comfortable. So you can either use it on the back, the tush, both.
Why don't we have this over on the sofa?
Right? We also have these options for sleeping. This one between the knees. This one's to either elevate under your knees or your feet. It is all about serious comfort, which I think is priceless. But today, it's 50% off. These start at $20.
I'm taking that seat home with me once we get done with this. That was amazing, Tori.
A facial for your hands and feet. This is Vosh. We've got a big assortment from them. One of their best sellers, these little socks that you put right over your heel. And then overnight, it helps to soften that heel so you wake up and you don't see that those cracks. We also have their repair bombs. All of this from them, easy to use for hands and feet. Slashed in Half starts at $12.
It's like a full day at the spa right at home.
All right.
What is this,
This
Tori?
is the Life Pro sauna blanket. We've got Will over there getting sweaty for us. So you hop right into this, get super hot, helps to detoxify. You sweat it out.
He's got a wedding coming up.
That's right. Exactly. Shedding for the wedding over there. Slashed in Half from Life Pro. This one's always a winner. The sauna blanket's great. And then finally, feel how soft. This is 100% mulberry silk.
That's beautiful.
From Blissy. We also have their brand new Superman pillowcase. All of the fabulous colors. This is great for skin, hair, elevating your bedroom, just feeling good. Slashed in Half and free shipping.
And say goodbye to Bedhead. Great deals, great steals, amazing products, saving people money. That's why everybody loves Tori so much.
You haven't lost it. 10 years later, you still got it.
I can still read. We partnered with these companies on all these deals, so make sure you go to GMAdeals.com to find all of these offers. And coming up, Wednesday star Luis Guzman's here. Don't go anywhere. So great. I miss you. This is so much fun.
Back now with Luis Guzman. You know him from Punch Drunk Love, Boogie Nights, remember that movie, and Traffic. Now he's back as Gomez, the head of the Addams Family in the hit show Wednesday. Luis, it is so nice to have you here. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Great to see you.
And big fans of the show, too. And your character, Gomez, it's such an iconic character. It's been around for a minute now, too. How do you make that character your own?
Well, you know, I'm a dad. And I know that love is important to the Gomez character, and so I put the ingredients of being a dad and loving my family, and it all works out. It's a great chemistry.
I love when Gomez calls Wednesday his little storm cloud.
Oh, yeah.
His little death trap.
I've had a few of those. Yes.
Does she remind you of one of your kids?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm not going to say which one.
We don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
We don't want to get you in trouble. Let's take a look at a clip.
Hello, my pernicious prodigy. Don't you find the smell of fresh air positively nauseating?
To what do we owe this ghastly apparition?
The call went out for parent chaperones, and I spent my fair share of time under nature's canopy.
You know the concrete jungle doesn't count. What's she doing here? Her idea of communing with nature is deadheading her precious roses in the greenhouse.
Ooh, so good.
Yeah.
And it's the whole embodiment for you, the hair, the features, and the suits.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you ever take one home with you by any chance?
I'm not allowed to say.
They're his PJs.
You know, but no, listen, we have Colleen Atwood, and she had won numerous Academy Awards and awards, and she does all the design work for us. So every single outfit that I wear, they build it.
Wow.
And it's amazing, amazing.
Those three-piece pinstripes, man, start touring.
I know, they're sharp. They're
A whole
so sharp.
closet of those things.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it back.
You really are. Let's talk about Jenna Ortega. She was here earlier this week. She is lovely. She's the star of the show Wednesday. What's it like working with her? You've said that she's like a seasoned veteran. She's only 22 years old.
Yeah, well, you know, she's so well focused, and how well she plays Wednesday. You know, sometimes I'd be standing next to her, and I'm in awe. I'm like, whoa. I mean, she's like so focused, and her delivery doesn't smile ever. But that's the character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just, I'm really proud of her because, like, that's like a lot of weight to carry. And she carries it well.
She does.
And she has a great backup supporting cast. And so it just all blends together. It works really well.
What is the cast like off camera, behind the scenes?
I never see them.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm old, according to them. You know.
So you go home.
And they don't go salsa dancing. I go salsa dancing. You know, but
You ever go salsa dancing in your suit from the show?
I salsa dance in my suit on the show.
I love it.
Actually, we did a tango dance in one of the episodes.
Nice.
So I had to learn how to tango. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, a little bit of tango, a little bit of salsa on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Bringing it. Thank
Yeah.
you, Luis.
The suits
I love
obviously
that.
have some stretch to them too.
Yeah,
baby.
Absolutely. You can watch Wednesday Season 2, Part 1 right now, and Part 2 on September 3rd, only on Netflix. Coming up, sweet summer treats. You might like these, Luis. These treats you don't have to turn on the oven for.
Do you want to show us some of your moves as we go to break? Tango?
And back now with summer's best bites, and because absolutely nobody wants to turn on the oven when it's hot outside, we're making no-bake desserts here. We've got Danielle Sepsy, the chef and owner of the Hungry Gnome Bakery, with us to show us some sweet treats. All right, fair warning, Rebecca and I have a sweet tooth.
We're so ready to eat.
Really
You're
excited.
my people then.
We're going to start with Grandma Rosemary and her easy banana cream pie. What makes this so easy?
So it's actually semi-homemade. I was passed down her recipe book when she passed away, and I was so shocked to see that this is actually barely homemade. But that's why it's so great during these hot summer months. You can throw it together really quickly. It's super simple, and it starts with just some pudding mix, some instant pudding mix. So it's vanilla pudding, put it right in there.
Okay.
We have some milk and heavy cream.
Oh, yeah.
You beat it until it's thick and creamy, like so. It takes only about 4 or 5 minutes.
4 or 5 minutes?
And then we fold in bananas. So if you can just fold that in for me.
I sure can.
And then you'll just put it in your store-bought crust. You can make homemade graham cracker crust.
Wait, did you say store-bought?
I said store-bought. You'll rarely hear me say that, but when it comes to graham cracker crust, there's a great product in the grocery store. You put that beautiful banana custard in there, and you can customize this. You can add a little drizzle of peanut butter on the crust before. Maybe you're feeling like Elvis, you want a little peanut butter banana moment. And then we top it with whipped cream. This is where the homemade part comes in. So we have just some heavy cream, vanilla extract. We measure vanilla with our heart.
Somebody loves vanilla extract in the audience, by the way.
So good. And then confectioner's sugar, which also helps stabilize it and sweeten it. And then we beat it until it's light and fluffy and thick. And again, in about 4 minutes, you have homemade whipped cream. There's no need to buy store-bought, and this is more stable than the one in the can.
And then we put it on the pie.
Exactly, put it right on the pie.
Excellent.
Wow.
Is there a trick to this so that it goes on like evenly and everything? You just
I
kind of
say just dollop it all at once, and then you can just do a little.
That's a good trick.
So, $1,000,000 question, how far in advance do you have to make this before you serve it?
You can make it up to, really 2 hours before is great, then it'll be set nicely, but you can make it even 2 days before.
Really?
Make the whipped cream the same day.
It'll hold up in the fridge for that long.
Exactly, yep.
So good.
I gotta have a bite.
I'm just gonna walk and talk with this.
Now we're talking about a viral sensation, right? Dubai chocolate. Rebecca's a big fan of
It's
Dubai
everywhere.
chocolate.
It's all over Instagram, social media.
And this is my take. It's a fresher take. It is a Dubai chocolate covered strawberry.
Yeah, it is.
And we have some melted milk chocolate. You can use any kind of chocolate you'd like. I often add a little hint of coconut oil. It gives it a beautiful sheen.
Right.
It also makes it set nicely. Just if you want to grab a strawberry there, just dunk it.
And then what do we have in this mix?
So this mix is katafi, which is shredded phyllo mixed with butter, toasted in a pan, and pistachio paste for a nuttiness, creaminess. We dunk those strawberries in, put it on your tray, and then you can decorate it.
Wow.
We have some melted white chocolate, and you can drizzle that right on top. You can use gold flake. You can do whatever you like. I think they should make this on Bachelor in Paradise. It's an aphrodisiac.
Yes, I'm gonna. Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Maybe they'll have more successful
Anything
relationships.
that can help you find love and maybe earn $500,000 on
Exactly. I am locked in, Jesse.
These look
just
very,
so you know.
very rich, and you don't have to use pistachio cream with these quickly.
You can also use hazelnut paste. You can even use peanut butter. That katafi has such a beautiful crunchy texture. Any sort of nut paste with that is so beautiful. And you get that fresh bite. Please dig in. I want you to
good.
try that.
Danielle, thank you so much. I've already been eating
Thank you so
it. You can get these recipes on goodmorningamerica.com. Thank you so much for being here, Danielle.
Thank you for
Jesse.
having me.
So great.
It's fun when you're here. We'll be right back.
Thanks for having me.
I saved room on purpose for this. This is great.
We're ready to eat, and thank you so much for being here, Jesse.
Oh, thank you. I had so much fun. Can I come back tomorrow?
Absolutely.
All right. You're amazing. Thanks for watching. For more news, check out What You Need to Know.